Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, Shows World.
Welcome to Shows World Gamers. Josh here, and as this week draws to a close, I wanted to take a moment to look at this week's new game releases, gaming announcements, and a few news stories. If this is your first time on the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button to join in on the fun. Alright gamers, as always, we will start off with this week's new game releases. And well, there isn't much to talk about here. This is historically a time of the year we don't see new games coming out, so this segment of our week in review is going to be kind of light this week. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Now, technically, Sports Story released on last Friday, but it was a shadow drop and the finale of Nintendo's House of Indies 5-day event, so it missed our last week's Week in Review video. This is the sequel to the very popular golf story, and it's out now on the Nintendo Switch. If you're looking for a super original RPG, I highly recommend giving this game a shot. Next, Darkwood is a top-down, extremely dark survival horror game. The game has been previously released on PC and PlayStation, but this week we did get an Xbox Series release, and I hadn't seen the game previously, but it actually looks like it could be a lot of fun. Now, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge was one of my favorite games of this year, and it received a huge update this week. The update fixed a handful of glitches and bugs, none of which I had experienced in my playthroughs of the game, but it also added some graphical effects such as a CRT filter option and a new customizable version of arcade mode where you can change some gameplay features. Next up, let's take a look at some new gaming announcements. Now, Ellipse was unveiled a few months ago, and I'm not sure how I missed it, but we did get an announcement for a console version of the game. It is a 2D action platformer with a really dark and gloomy style. This Metroidvania style game kind of looks a lot like the Ori games, which I really enjoyed. So I'm going to keep my eye on this title. It is coming to the Nintendo Switch, PC, as well as the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5. Gravity Circuit is a 2D pixel art style action side-scrolling indie game that really looks like a lot of fun. The game is scheduled to be released, and in addition to a PC release, we did finally get an announcement this week that the game will be coming to the Nintendo Switch, as well as the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5. No word on an Xbox version just yet. Now, Stalker 2 also received a new trailer this week that showed the game in a much different light than what I expected. The first-person shooter showed off a more kind of sci-fi looking game. They also announced the game will be coming in 2023. The game has been delayed, and it's kind of been up in the air because of the war taking place in Ukraine, as this is being made by Ukrainian company GCS Game World. Alright gamers, let's finish up with a few news stories from this week in gaming. Now, we did get word that the long-time heavily rumored Switch Pro was actually planned by Nintendo, but it does appear that the Big N has canceled this project in favor of moving towards the next Nintendo Switch successor. That being said, it still sounds like Nintendo's next console is a few years off, so it looks like the Switch is going to be around maybe long enough to reach that top spot with the best-selling system of all time. Also, we finally, after years of believing the game was gone forever, got the canceled game Rayman 4 leaked online. Well, kind of. The source code for the canceled Rayman 4 appears to have been leaked online, which contains a level editor, map, cutscenes, and more. I do believe in the future we could see a really cool fan-made game using these assets. Now, last week we discussed the Game Awards viewership, amazing numbers, making it the most watched award show ever. Well, it appears another award show record was broken that night. Not surprising to any of us who watched the show, Christopher Judge, who was the voice actor for Kratos in God of War Ragnarok, completely blew the previous acceptance speech record of 5 minutes and 30 seconds out of the water as he occupied the mic for a staggering 7 minutes and 59 seconds. Alright gamers, that concludes a very light week in review for the week ending on December 30th. Now, the week started with Nintendo's House of Indies event coming to a close with a shadow drop of Sports Story. Then, we made some lasting memories as we celebrated Christmas with the family, and the week ended as we look forward to 2023. But let me know anything I may have missed in the comments, and thanks for joining us today, gamers. Shows World, out.